There's a new Netflix film that just hit the streaming service last week, and I had almost forgotten about it. After a fun trailer for the film, this flick has been on my radar for a while. But will it deliver on the fun shoot-'em-up premise, or will Gunpowder Milkshake be a tough drink to swallow? God bless you if you pulled the trigger on this one. Let's not mince words, the film is bad. And I mean, it's really, really bad. It's so bad, it's baffling. It's because there's so much here that should have worked, and it just didn't. Maybe I'm being cynical, maybe I'm simply just overthinking it, but I don't think I am. From the get-go, this film is riddled with terrible choices. Dialogue is stale, clunky, and just so awkward. I can't believe actual Hollywood actors are getting paid real money dollars just to say these things, and it's not coming from a no-budget student film. I'm not saying I could write better than this film's dialogue is, but there had to have been somebody on set or in the editing bay that could have told the director that it just wasn't working. Style over substance is often a big phrase used when criticizing art, and that's a big sin here. There's actually a lot of cool concepts and mythology built into this world that they present, that it's quite a shame that things didn't really work. I could almost forgive the seemingly blatant ripoffs of different aspects to the John Wick films, but this film was, well, it was no good at all. There seemed to be an identity crisis with this movie. A lot of times it seems like it wants to be taken seriously, but have a little playful tongue-in-cheek humor about it. At other times, it acts as though it wants to be a laugh-out-loud farce. In the hands of a capable writing and directing team, they could have probably pulled off that balance and been praised for it. Sorry to tell you, it doesn't happen here. What hurts the most about watching this isn't the poor dialogue or confusing the tone of the film, but rather the misuse of the cast and the god-awful fight choreography. Admittedly, the fights are better as the film progresses, but there is a fight in a bowling alley early on in the film that you have to see to believe just how fucking awful it is. It was like they couldn't afford to give Karen Gillan a stunt double. Of all the problems I could have foreseen with this film, Karen Gillan would not have been one of them, but she doesn't come out of this unscathed. I'm not saying she's incapable of leading a film, though I'd seriously entertain the notion after this really subpar performance. Now, I'm not sure if that's something to chalk up to her or the direction she was given, but either way, it just didn't work. Her delivery was poor, and she just looked awkward and didn't seem to gel with whatever world they were trying to create within this film. The supporting cast does a bit better, the standouts being Michelle Yeoh and young Chloe Coleman. Even then, no one really knocks a performance out of the park, and I think it's a well put together cast. The performers aren't given much to work with, so I think their performances come off as one note and hollow, and that goes back to the writing. There is a good film in this drivel somewhere, it just got buried beneath a bunch of terrible decisions. There's probably a bunch to this film that could have been trimmed down to make it a brisker ride, because it's a long 2 hours to sit through for this. Sometimes with it being a direct-to-Netflix film, the creatives behind it are given so much carte blanche that no one ever is going to step in and tell them to strip the movie down. Don't get me wrong, I'm all in favor of filmmakers seeing their vision through to fruition, but there are times where creatives have to be reined in, and this seems like one of those times it could have been necessary. Look, the writing, the performances, direction, and the bloated runtime make it really hard to recommend this movie to anybody. Film is subjective, and this time around it just didn't work for me, but that's not to say it couldn't for you. If you are willing to risk viewing the film, then by all means do so and come back with your own opinions and tell me why I'm wrong. But for me, it sucked watching this film after being pretty intrigued by its premise and the cast. But that goes to show you that execution is everything and trailers are misleading. Nothing in this film was executed well, and it's hard to point the finger at one person because a lot of people seem to be at fault for this. For all those sins, I gotta give this film a D. Did you guys get a chance to see the film? If so, what do you guys think? If not, is it even on your radar? Leave your comments below. If you guys enjoyed the review, leave a like and subscribe for future reviews and other fun videos. Until the next one, I'll be seeing you.